First up this morning on our trending topics, a Fly Jamaica plane crashed at an airport in Guyana after developing a technical problem en route to Toronto, leaving at least 6 passengers injured. The plane was carrying 118 souls, including 2 infants. It was forced to turn around minutes into the flight due to a hydraulics problem. In the emergency landing, the aircraft overran the airstrip, crashed through a perimeter fence, and came to a rest a few feet in front of a steep ditch. Passengers exited the craft on the escape slides. You ever seen nobody do that, or you ever never do that, right? Local reports said upon landing, the pilot was unable to apply the brakes to bring the aircraft to a halt. Guyana's Public Infrastructure Minister, David Patterson, had confirmed that the 6 people injured during the incident are in stable condition. Now, I saw this on a news website. I think it was yesterday that I saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh. No.
You remember the flight that took off out here and landed in the cockpit country?
Yeah.
We were talking about, you know, the fear of flying.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
And you know, the crazy part is that I spent a full year and a half, well, quite a few years, but one in particular, literally flying back and forth every single week. And I got so accustomed to it that I was like, you know, you sleep in the plane, you do what you need to do. Wherever you're going, it's no big deal to you, right? You don't even think about the fact that, hey,
so that's like
that
when I
might
was in college and we competed every weekend with traveling. But the moment I stopped doing that and stopped flying so often, I started thinking about it.
Really? It's when you stop flying you start thinking about it. It's insane. I don't know. It's a steel bird in the air that we don't even think about when we're in the air, that there's this big steel thing going, hey, hey.
Yeah, but I'm curious though to hear the report from because the National Transport Safety Board, they always have to publish
Put us
reports.
aboard, and they have a black box and check through all of that and make sure and dig to the root of the problem.
Yeah, so I want to see what comes from that, because it was a crash landing because they couldn't deploy the brakes. So
do you think it hurts the airline when this happens?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I notice when people fly, if you fly American Airlines or whomever, it never really, when the American Airlines flight crashed the other day, the most recent one, where it wasn't damaging or anything to anybody's person, but I noticed that it didn't really lower flight numbers or anything like that.
Because of the magnitude of American Airlines.
But Fly Jamaica being such a small airline, one, the airline, as in the aircraft itself is out of use, so that's one less plane for them. And no, people are going to be like, they just come on the block and you crash already?
You know?
Wow. But I'm so glad nobody died. I'm so glad everybody's in stable condition.
Still scary.
If life no last, nothing no last.
True. Well, this topic
sound like you're ready.
Has taken over the airwaves. Dancehall artist Spice is back to black. But her return to her true complexion isn't what kept tongues wagging about the artist this week. In a video clip circulating on social media since Thursday morning, Spice essentially cursed out a media personality. Naro, his right name is Orion Hart, from the Nightly Fix show. Spice accused Naro of never reporting on the good she has done in her career. Instead, she said that the host has always gone out of his way to downgrade her. However, Nightly Fix released an over 20-minute video including clips of past podcasts where the praise of black hypocrisy and other artists, the praise of her Black Hypocrisy song, on their show, you know, Naro gave credit to her there. But, I mean, I'm sure people at home know exactly what we're talking about, because in the age of social media, nothing goes amiss.
Yeah. Once you have the internet and you put it out there, it's saved forever and ever, amen. Keep that in mind, children, when you're thinking about posting silly things.
Yeah, and date on your phone, because my mother used to tell me all the time, she used to do silly things, but phones weren't.
Right, so then we used to get away with it.
Yeah, but I want to, I mean, I know how you feel about this whole thing.
You know, Spice, I'm a goodie.
No, say it like I said earlier.
All right, sorry. Them seven must say it like I said. Spice, I'm a girl.
Yes.
Like, my my sister went to Halloween as Spice and stuff. Like, but this
that one that hurt me, man. I mean, and it hurt me because of who she is. She's a mother. She's a beautiful child. And I've seen her attract me supporting her child.
Yeah, man, she work with the mommy thing.
And just to see how that happened, you know, a wise soul told me this week that when pigs wallow in mess, don't go fighting with them. You know why? Because pigs like mess, and you'll end up looking dirty.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Dirty.
So even though
Who is that wise soul? No, it's okay. I'm not gonna get up in your business.
yeah, but
I'm
and I'm just saying that to say people who go because I won't go around it. Nara is someone I've known since high school, so he has a way of rubbing people the wrong way.
It's a gossip
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
It's a gossip show.
So when people gossip, and I really feel bad that Spice went out of her way to confront that, because there are people who love your music, people who love who you are as a person. Why not give them the energy? You know, give the people who show you support, give them the energy.
I'll give you another example. I was watching The Real. I like to watch talk shows because I like, it's us.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. So I was watching The Real the other day, and you remember Kelly Ripa? She's not from The Real, but they were discussing this same thing. Kelly Ripa got a comment under one of her pictures that she posted on social media that said, oh, she had a picture of she and her husband, and said, oh, her husband looks so good, but Kelly, you look really old, you need to come out of this picture. And Kelly like clapped back, poof, jumped on it, and she was like, you need to go and learn how to spell the word too, because my husband loves grammar and he loves me and blah, blah, blah. And like, she done the girl, don't her, right? And so the question came up, how much do we, as public figures, need to address things or comments or things that are said by other people from
I don't
from
address
the
it.
public?
Okay, what my friends know this about me. If we're having a disagreement or someone says something I don't like, I'm going to say, okay, you're right. And
But that he did to me the other day, so that means you never believe me, right? After me tell you, that's exactly what he did though. He said, okay, you're right. Thank you
No,
for
but
just
in all honesty, a lot of times we spend our energy on the negative and not so much the positive. Because I've gone through my comments sometimes, and I see people have bad comments, but I don't respond to them. But the people who say, "Oh, you look handsome this morning,"
You respond to them.
I say, "Oh, thank you so much."
That's what Lonnie said. She responds to the good.
Yeah,
but
man.
guess what? There are also good things to take from some people when they make comments that you believe are negative. Yeah? It might not just be a negative comment. There actually might be something in there that you might need to pay attention to.
Yeah, true. Very
So
true.
let's deduce what we need to take from it, and let's not jump on anybody. What I say, do everything you do from a place of
Love.
and from if you do it that way, it can't go wrong. That's all the time we have for you for trending topics this morning, guys. So come.